this earlier this year we seen this whole they named it twerking phenomenon. A lot of sisters, they've been, dancing like that. But, when you have the white girl Miley Cyrus, she goes out there on MTV or I forget where it was, and then white society started seeing it, and you got people all over the world now, women all over the world that want to twerk. Now, in one of your previous lectures, we was talking about, you brought to my attention as well as everybody else, the whole, I believe it was crumping movement. Was that from the one from Cali? You know what I'm talking about? The
Crump dancing.
Yeah. Now, when you talked about it, you showed the pictures of how they tap right into this DNA that we have, and they just let their body move. And it was more, and they've never seen the brothers in the motherland in Africa do it, but for same reason, they have the same movements. Now, fast forward to this year, do you look at twerking in that same regards as these women are tapping into that DNA, that ancestral energy where it's nothing new that the women shake their asses like that? They've been able to do it, and they look quite good when they do it, and they do it in Africa. But when they do it in Africa, it's beauty. But when we've seen our sisters over here do it, we became disgusted with it. When we see it on YouTube and Instagram and on social media.
What was really disturbing is that we found a lot of hypersexuality of the female characters in even television and movies aimed at little kids. For example, in G-rated animated films, the female characters wear the same amount of sexually revealing clothing as the female characters in R-rated movies, which is pretty horrifying. I mean, what are we putting that much sexuality and hypersexuality into things aimed at the littlest kids for? There was research that just came out that showed that girls as young as 6 years old have started to self-sexualize. In other words, they have started seeing themselves through the male gaze and realizing that they need to be sexy in order to be appreciated at 6 years old. And this is a very new development. We knew that women and teenage girls were doing that. So clearly, the culture is sending a very negative message to girls and to boys about girls when the female characters are constantly shown in this sexy light.
I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yes, I like to fuck, I got a fucking problem.
You are nude.
No one ever wants to hear the word nude associated with their 10-year-old. Ever.
So much for being conservative.
Well, excuse me? I think I didn't hear that.
I don't want to be naked on stage.
Now, this is a famous routine that was, I know, that's why you can get away with it. Hide and look over there, over there. I'm hot, I'm mean, you can't have me, you can't afford me. It's crotch.
Talking about an age group that is sort of in a sweet spot because these kids, for the first time, have access to their own money.
8 to 12-year-olds now have $43 billion in spending power in the U.S. every year, and sex sells in America, so corporations targeting all that teen and even tween money are selling sex to them. Critics even have a term for it: corporate pedophilia. Times sure have changed.
Dear Mr. Gable.
Judy Garland was 15 when this song from Broadway Melody of 1938 made her a star. 15 was very different back then.
I'm too old for toys, and I'm too young for boys.
But even into the 1970s, on The Brady Bunch and other mainstream TV shows, teen and preteen girls were still dressed and portrayed as cute more than hot, adorable more than sexual. There's new research proving that all this sexuality aimed at younger girls is harmful. The American Psychological Association released a report earlier this year finding that girls exposed to such imagery are more likely to experience body dissatisfaction, depression, and lower self-esteem.